This video is about thriving on minimum wage. It varies by state, but works in most every state, but not every city. Let's take a look. If this helps one person, it's worth all the effort. Remember, you have to make your choices. Where do you live? Minimum wage varies by state. California minimum wage is $16.50 an hour. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do your state. The biggest decisions to be made are housing, groceries, cars, and healthcare. Quality of life costs money. The nicer neighborhoods cost more. It's very important to get the right mix of housing, work, grocery shopping, etc. close together. You have to strategize how to make it work best for you. Here's a map of Palmdale, California, showing just some of the businesses that are around the areas where you could rent. The key to this plan is the number of roommates you have. One roommate will work for our example. 2+ roommates, even better. It's really a great deal if you can get 4 or 5 people into a 5-bedroom house. Number of roommates is very important. Houses or apartments with more bedrooms are almost always a better deal per bedroom. Example on the left is $900 a month per bedroom, while the one on the right is $1,600 a month per bedroom. The goal is not to stay on minimum wage forever, but if you had to, you could. You would know that it would work. So California minimum wage, $16.50 an hour times 40 hours a week times 50 weeks equals $33,000 a year. The problem is not living on minimum wage, but getting 40 hours a week of work. So we're going to go to the irscalculators.com and click on tax calculator. That will help us determine our take-home pay. Here we can fill in the filing status for single. Under wages, we're going to put the $33,000 a year that we're going to make. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to click on annual results and make it monthly results so we can make a monthly budget. $2,339.91. Let's check what would happen for a married couple. We're going to go ahead and click on married filing jointly. This is the same as 2 single people. There used to be a penalty, but now it's just even. $66,000 for those 2 people that are working. And it comes out to $4,679.82. So let's look at a sample budget. You can give. It's up to you whether you want to give or not. Always good to be a part of the community, but you can give up to $460 a month on this budget, or you can give less, or you can give nothing. Completely up to you. It's America. We get to choose. Investing, $460 a month, investing for these 2 people together. Now, if it's 2 roommates, we'll look at that budget at the end, that it would be split in half. Healthcare, $100 a month. It's a little tricky, but the $100 a month on the Affordable Care Act is a doable number in 2025. That price might go up in the future. You might need to use your savings or emergency fund money or personal money to pay any extra bills. That's why there's plenty of flexibility built into this budget, as you'll see as we go through the budget. Delta Dental Insurance is our example here. Lots of options in the dental area. On the right, you can see you can get a plan for $107 a year. You pay it annually. It includes 2 cleanings a year plus x-rays. You would use savings for any additional work that is needed. Rent is the biggest one. I can show you parts of California where you can get an apartment for $1,600 a month. You have to split that, obviously, with your roommate. All these numbers would be divided by 2. In a future video, I will be covering how to buy a house while earning minimum wage. Remember, the more roommates you have and can get along with, the more money you can keep. Food shopping, $400 a month. That's plenty if you plan. Check out other YouTube videos that show you how to be really good at saving money at the grocery store. Gas for the house, if you have an apartment bill for gas, $40 a month. Very reasonable in our areas. If you live in the north in different states, that obviously that number is going to be different. Internet, $80 a month. Depends on what plan you get and where you're at. Right now, my wife and I pay $40 a month for internet. It's the lowest level plan, but it gets us full access. Amazon Prime or some other subscription, $43 a month. That can be shared by anybody in the household. So that works out well. Electricity, $75 a month. Now you have to be, obviously, you can't leave the air conditioner on when you go away for vacation for 2 weeks. Phones, $20 a month. Tello is a phone company that can give you a plan for as low as $5 a month. And if you use your internet access wisely at home, you can do $20 a month for 2 phones. Special occasions, birthdays, holidays, etc., $100 a month. This next section is just spending money. Each person gets $250 a month from spending money. Now, you could put those in other categories if you feel like you need to pad something. Clothing, $10 a month. You're going, how can I survive on $60 a year for each person for clothing? You have to be frugal about it. Most people already have some clothes. Plus, you could use part of your personal money for it out of the $250 we just talked about. Transportation is another big problem. You may want to save up for a car over time. If you already have a car, you're in a great position. But if not, where you live, close to work and close to transportation lines, is going to be very helpful. Plus, you can take personal cars like Ubers. You can just Uber anywhere if you really needed to. $250 a month would get you several rides on Uber. Remember, this is part of the strategy. We've got to reduce our expenses in housing and in transportation. The bus is another option, only $15 a week for a bus pass. And then start putting some aside as savings to buy a car eventually. This is my favorite section, vacations. You would have almost $5,000 between the two of you to go on vacations. There's a lot of ways to go on vacations in 2, 3, or 4 people that will save a lot of money instead of just being by yourself. Maybe you go with friends and you split up the money. You get $2,500 a year for vacations. That can go a long way when 3, 4, or 5 people go together. Also, check out other programs. For example, we use the My Vegas Slots app, and we get free rooms, free cruises, all types of cool things. Share in the comments how you save money on vacations, because I'm always looking for a good deal. All right, so your total is $4,679. Remember, that's for 2 people making minimum wage full time. That's the trick. Can you get 40 hours of work a week? This budget is flexible because it has plenty of money for you to move around as needed. Your portion would be $2,339. Remember, you get to choose those key aspects that will make the difference in your budget. Now, as far as other notes, there's lots going on. Remember, you don't need life insurance if you're living by yourself. If you have no one else that is financially depending on you, life insurance does not make sense. Some people will say it's an investment. If you get this plan or that plan, do thorough research before buying any. Look at all sides. I've studied this. Make sure to know all sides of the insurance plan discussion. Is there anything else you'd like to add to the budget? Leave it in the comments. Also, let me know of any great programs that you can save on vacations. I'm always looking for something new. Thanks for following. Hopefully, this was very helpful to somebody out there who is just starting out or needs a reset in life.